have been in a staring contest with the checkout screen of Dell for months now to buy this monitor, and I finally got it.
Nice.
So let's get into this monitor. I did a quick unboxing of it, and honestly I love the way Dell and Alienware package their monitors. It pretty much ensures that it's going to arrive safely unless your delivery person is really negligent with your box. But overall you get everything you need. It's well packaged and protected. You got multiple layers of bubble wrap on top of the screen to protect it from any damage. Right out of the box you have the power cable, you have a display port, you have the USB B to USB A USB upstream cable, and you have a DisplayPort USB-C cable as well to connect it to your Thunderbolt devices. So you really have everything you need. The only cable you don't have is an HDMI cable, but let's be honest, if you're buying this monitor, you should be running it off DisplayPort so you could get the full 165 Hz. Dell has always done an amazing job with their monitor stands right out of the box, and this one's no exception. It has a beautiful look, Alienware branding on the side, and it's really sturdy for the size of the monitor. So it does have built-in cable management, which is always a plus. You do have height adjust, you have swivel, you have tilt. The only thing you don't have is you can't switch the orientation to portrait, but to be honest, who's using an ultra wide as a portrait monitor? But the stand is pretty large, which kind of makes sense since it is a 34-inch ultra wide, so make sure you have enough room on your desk. In depth, the stand is 12 inches, so it's going to take up a lot of room. So if your desk, like I have, is only 2 feet wide, you might not have as much room for like a mouse pad or stuff in front of you, so you might want to consider a VESA mount, and this monitor is VESA mountable. There's built-in cable management on the stand, which kind of extends into the back of the monitor. Once you plug in all your cables, you could just put in this plastic cover behind the monitor to really hide everything and give it a clean look. On the back of the monitor is where you're going to find any branding of the monitor. You do have little Alienware on the front on the bezel, but in the back you do have the Alienware logo, and you do have the number 34, which indicates the size of the screen, and both of those are RGB, and you could change the lighting through the menu on the monitor. Now in terms of input, you have 2 DisplayPort, 1 HDMI. You could use this monitor as a USB hub, so you could plug in your mouse, keyboard, headset, anything you want directly into the monitor. So you do have 2 on the back and then 2 right under for easy convenience. You do have also a headphone jack, and you are able to control everything through the, like, I guess the little knob at the center of the screen. So let's talk about the monitor. First of all, 3440 by 1440, 34-inch curve ultra wide. You are getting 1000 nit peak brightness, so you are getting vivid colors, 99.3% color accuracy, 165 Hz refresh rate. It is just a balls to the wall holy grail of monitors to me, and I'm absolutely enjoying it like crazy. Although this version is the DWF and you lose about 10 Hz on the monitor, which the other one has 175, this one has 165, you are gaining advantages like firmware update, you are G-Sync compatible, and other modifications or customizations that you're getting with this monitor as well. So I think it's an easy trade-off. 165 Hz, 175 Hz, you know, there's a point of diminishing returns, and I don't see the difference between 165 and 175. You are also getting Freesync Premium. It is G-Sync compatible as well, even though this model doesn't have the G-Sync module chip inside. In terms of the response time, it is rated grade 0.1 milliseconds, so it's an absolutely rapid fire monitor. It's going to compete with, for gaming, competitive gaming, it's going to be there, and there's no issue with ultra wide or OLED displays not being able to be competitive anymore. Obviously, if you're somebody that's competitive in first-person shooters and you really want to have 240 Hz 16:9 aspect ratio, this might not be the monitor for you. But if you're somebody that is going to immerse themselves more on solo player or campaign story games, or even first-person shooters but not in a competitive sense, I will not be going back to a 16:9 monitor. Now on the bottom of the monitor is where you're going to find the menu little knob, so you could go through the on-screen display. Here's where you're going to be able to set your presets for like a brightness, contrast, sharpness, other little color accuracy calibration, so you can play around with it. You'll also be able to kind of create shortcuts for the Alienware lighting or spectrum that they call it. You'll be able to change between HDR dark for true blacks, HDR desktop, HDR smart HDR. You also have some built-in alien vision options, so you could like display alignment, you could have like a chroma vision, and you could have a built-in crosshair on your screen, which I think is ridiculous. You do also have the option to have the frame rate. In terms of on-screen display, there's a lot you could do. You also have picture-in-picture, which they did not have on my previous ultra wide, so you'll be able to hook up either a secondary you could have a Steam Deck, a console, another PC, a laptop, whatever you want, and you could do 2 things at the same time. It's been a while since a piece of technology has genuinely excited me to that extent, and this monitor definitely did it. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm going to compare it next, so subscribe, like this video. I'm going to compare it to the 3440 by 1440 IPS monitor that they had released about 5 years ago, so the AW3423DWF. So we'll get a good comparison between OLED to IPS and go from there. So that'll do for this one, guys. Like I said, like, subscribe, enjoy, comment, and I'm just gonna get back to gaming. I'll see you guys next time.